Hello, you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Christabel, the original Power Ranger princess, but on this channel, I'm Princess Power Ranger. Now, I'm so excited to be making this video. Now, I've been making a series on the dark-sided version of each astrological sign, focusing on the male version and then the female version. I started out with my reckless Ram Aries, made it all the way to the twins Gemini, and now finally I get to do Cancer. Now, as y'all know, I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer sun, born on the 18th of July. So I was super excited to start talking some shit about my own zodiac. Now, before I get into it, please note that I am talking about the absolute worst expressions of this zodiac sign. So this would be either a dark-sided Cancer man, a narcissistic Cancer man, whatever you want to call him. These are the bad crabs you need to like throw back into the ocean. So this also refers to when you are dealing with a Cancer male and he is at his absolute worst, how he might represent. Now, the one thing I want y'all to realize about Cancer is that Cancer is one of the most emotional signs. Cancer is ruled by the moon. And the moon is forever changing. It goes from full moon, half cast, you don't see it. It's always changing. And Cancer's feelings are like that. He goes from being absolutely elated to depressed to angry to brooding. One emotion that always persists with Cancer, though, is their clinginess. Once that crab gets you, like they consume you and you drown in their waters. Cancer, I mean, when you first meet this boy, think Chris Pratt, think Vin Diesel, think young Jim Bob Duggar walking up to the door, the nicest, sweetest boy. Oh, but if you knew how emotional and angry he gets, he consumes you. Now, the one thing about Cancer is that they will suffocate you. They want to know your business, all of your secrets, your life, everything. They want to absorb all of your information. And if he's extremely dark-sided, he will keep some things about himself very, very secretive. Now, Cancer, in my opinion, is often not the narcissist, but he's rather the dark empath. He wants to find out about how your grandmother passed and went to be with the Lord so that he can throw it back in your face. Now, when we talk about Cancer, he literally consumes you. You will not have a private life. A notable Cancer that I mentioned earlier was Jim Bob Duggar. I'm going to be talking about him a lot in this video because he is quintessential dark-sided Cancer. Now, Jim Bob Duggar he had a show, him and his wife, called 19 Kids and Counting. He had a large family. Now, Cancer is ruled by tradition, family, and the home. So, when Leos actually have more kids. But Jim Bob Duggar found this girl, who was 17 at the time, Michelle, and immediately he wanted to convert her and be her spiritual guide or supervisor. that is very dark-sided Cancer. One thing you need to understand about Cancer men, they're always either looking for a mother in you, or for you to be mothered by them. So it'll always center around being mothered. It'll always center around them finding you, consuming you, taking your individuality, and basically making you what they need, what they need of you. And Jim Bob Duggar, what he did is he took this young girl, made her wear these long dresses. Her hair had to be super long. There were all of these strict rules that she had to live by. Her and all of the daughters she had, and the sons. And that's very much Cancer. Cancer will control you. Listen, you're not going to breathe with that crab next to you. You're not going to breathe. And he whines. Oh, does he whine? Dark-sided Cancer whines. Now, dark-sided Cancer is interesting. And I can relate to a lot of these because, of course, I'm a Cancer. But Cancers are notorious for, if they're in a group setting, there'll be, let's say, 5 other people. A Leo, a Pisces, Pisces, an Aries, and maybe a Gemini. And dare the Cancer feel slighted? Dare he feel slighted? Or dare he feel that he is not given an opportunity? He has an interesting way to make his emotional pain everybody else's problem. Oh, he is going to let everybody in the office know what, Margaret from downstairs in accounting did to him. Cancers are the crybaby of the zodiac. You know that whole thing of men not crying? No, Cancer men, they howl and they cry and they cry and they cry. It's interesting. Genetic boys, so all XYs, everybody born with XY chromosome, whether you're transgender or just the opposite of transgender, genetic males are actually more emotionally responsive than genetic females, meaning they're the ones that are crying quicker than the little girls. Now, for Cancer men, already being, emotionally responsive, it's heightened by the fact that their sign is ruled by feeling everything. Now, I talked about how Cancer is either going to be your mother, or he's going to want you to mother him. And the thing is, when he's upset, he'll be very, very, broody. He'll go off into his little man cave, into his, little corner, into his bedroom, into his video game. He'll be under the covers. Of course, there'll be some weird snacks that he's eating up. And he's gonna brood. Now, the only way to get a Cancer man out of this is to sort of be like, oh, it's wrong. That's really what they want. Not that condescending, but they're looking for somebody as you would pick up a newborn infant. And I'm being dead ass serious. They want you to do that whole, thing with them. And this is where they get people fucked up. Honestly, this is where they get people fucked up, because Cancer's emotional demands on people are sometimes too much for other people to meet. Now, there are going to be 2 types of Cancer men. The one who had a wonderful relationship with his mom, the one who idolizes his mom. I mean, hell, he might have even grown up in the ghetto in a Section 8 struggling. But if he had some kind of good relationship with his mom, Listen, that woman will be in your life forever. She will forever be a fixture. He epitomizes the mama's boy. He can move, breathe, like he can wipe his ass without his mama. But if he had a bad relationship with his mom, if his mom was emotionally distant, if his mom didn't hug that little boy, it'll be everyone's problem. Now, Cancer really, Cancer is interesting. I talk a lot about women and his relationship with women. Now, bear in mind, the Cancer man, even if he is gay, he is going to have this element of him wanting to mother you, or you mother him. It'll still exist. It doesn't matter who he wants to sleep with. He was born in that time period. He can't help himself. The tears just fall on their own. Now the thing is, because he is so ruled by his relationship with his mother, because he is ruled by home and tradition, and because he is naturally sensitive, Cancers actually, it'll take them a long time to get mad at you if they actually do care about you. They will actually clam up when situations happen. They'll start being broody. They'll start doing manipulative little things. They'll be very, very passive aggressive, or they'll just hold it in. It'll be all up in their stomach. That's why Cancers always have stomach ulcers, because of that anxiety all up in the stomach and the shit they eat. Now the thing is, he's slow to anger, but even slower to forgive. He will never let shit go. That shit that happened on October 21st, in the year of our Lord, 1999. Oh, he remembers what he was wearing, what you said. He's still mad. I mean, hell, your Cancer uncle, your Cancer father, your Cancer granddaddy, he still has beef about how you kept him up when you were 1 month old. 34 years ago. They remember everything. So literally, that's why, with Cancers, with other Cancers, and I know this because I'm a Cancer, when I can see or pick up that I've hurt them, I'm quick to address it immediately, because if you don't, and shit builds up, And the thing is, with Cancer men, they can have, they can be apt to violence or pow-powing you. Now, Cancer, he basically is the crab when he's toxic that's going to grab you and pull you down into his misery. And yeah, because he is that emotional, and he's brooding and carries a depth of emotion. So he likes to sort of pull his partner to, sit and cry with him. Cancers love that. Now, this can be difficult if you are doing well in your life. Let's say you're dating this wonderful, beautiful Cancer boy, and your career is going well. His fear is going to pop up because shit's not going right in his life, and he is going to want to pull you and make you absorbed in the pain of his life. They suck you deep in those oceans. And you're not going to find Ariel. What you will find is, all his Xanax pills, his leftover joints. You're gonna find a lot, and a lot of pain, but not Ariel and not Flounder. Now, I talked about how when you are doing well in terms of money, that can really trigger him. Cancer is ruled by fear. Woo! They're scared. Those men, they are scared. They're scared. And it makes them into some of the most shrewd businessmen that will pull the rug up under you. You don't want a Cancer manager, male or female or trans or even dog. Or even dog. When it comes to their own personal interests, their livelihood, their family, they will throw everyone and everything except for their family under the rug. Elon Musk is a Cancer, son. Now, this often makes them very successful in business because they're often so single-minded. They're all about that security. Often Cancer, in terms of crime, when they are extremely fearful, they get caught up in embezzlement. So embezzlement is it's definitely a trait that you can pick up on. A Cancer who starts stealing money up at his jaw. They're ruled by fear. He's shrewd, he's calculated, and he's extremely cutthroat in business. However, with his aggressive side, it'll always be, it's usually passive aggressive. It's snide remarks. He will find out information about you and your feelings, and he will do small things to gaslight, to sort of grudge up emotion in you because he wants you to feel as bad as he does. Lives in the past, will never, ever, 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 ever move on. Never move on. Now, another trait of Cancer is that they are the hoarder. They are the sign of collecting things. Cancer loves memorabilia. I mean, I'm in Cancer. I collect Barbie dolls. I have a picture album with pictures of when I was a baby that I travel with. Very Cancer of me. Cancer men, I know this one guy, he has all of his boarding passes. And he's collected them and he put them in a, this beautiful, notebook. And I was like, that's so adorable. So they'll always have things that they collect. And on the extreme, the Cancer man, he can be a hoarder. Hoarder of food. He will keep little snacks hidden in his drawers. That's why you'll find crumbs. You'll find just crumbs all up in your bed. He'll spill shit on your new covers. Because for them, once they're comfortable and they're trying to eat and they're trying to console themselves and they're all covered up and cozy, that's what they do. Cancer also has issues with overeating at the extreme. They often have, I mentioned this earlier, they have stomach problems. Ulcers are very, very common for Cancers. Cancers, they're just riddled with anxiety. You see the anxiety walk in before they even, 30 minutes before they've arrived, the anxiety has already set up everything. They're just really anxious with weird and quirky eating habits. Some Cancers will only eat with a spoon, or only eat in a particular type of way, or cut the crust off their pizzas just like they did when they were little kids. They'll have some weird, quirky habit at the extreme end. They're prone to having really bad gas, really bad breath, and often it's all of the shit that they eat, to be quite honest. I talked about how they're mama's boys, so, their moms will always be in y'all's life. Always. And sometimes the mom ain't shit. Sometimes the mom really ain't shit. but because he has some kind of good relationship in his head with her, yeah, she'll always be up in your life. Now, he can be a workaholic. He can be the dude who's always at work trying to make money because he's so anxious about being poor that he's super, super anxious. He'll forever try to parent you. He'll forever try to nurture you. And I talked about them being the dark empath. Now, you have to be careful about this. Because most of us who are not really, who don't really see through bullshit, can't pick this up. A Cancer man, if you are telling him your problem, and it's like maybe your mom has cancer and you're busy talking to your cancer, that should be something that is painful for you, something that is about you. He should be listening to you. Often what they do is they start crying. They start punching walls. They start having very extreme emotional reactions. It stops being about you, actual victim, and it somehow turns into it being about them. Everything will be about them. Your parents' divorce will be about them. Your grandfather who went to go see the Lord will be about them. How you got bullied in 6th grade will be about them. They'll bring up, either they'll one up you with their story, or they'll be so caught up in and it's like, this person does not need you to parent them right now. Like, can you be so for real? Just listen. Bruv. Dude. There are some Cancer men I don't like. So, ooh! Woo! And just like that, I get triggered. Just like that, I get triggered. So, remember how I talked about how he thinks he knows women? Yeah? He's the sign of the pimp. Cancer men are they're the pimp daddy of the zodiac. Think about it. Cancer men, they like to think that they know everything that there is to know about women, right? They think they know a woman. They understand the mind of a woman. Their mother is a woman. This, that, the other. They think they know a woman. So they always have this harem of women around. Cancer men, they'll always have their girlfriend, their work wife, who's their subordinate, who makes them feel good. They'll have their little friends that are female cheerleaders because they need that emotional validation, or that's what they tell y'all. No, he a pimp. He is a pimp. And not because he wants to sleep with any of them heifers. Now, some of them do. But he's a connoisseur of women. He just, and think about it, like a pimp, he takes care of his hoes. That's what I'm saying. Like, they think they know women, but like they're misogynist, bruv. Oh yeah. No, not him being the stalker, girl. When you break up with his ass, he's gonna stalk you. Okay. If you manage to somehow survive cancer, if you get out of that relationship, right, you manage to survive cancer, and you threw that crusty crab back into the ocean. Remember how that crusty crab was all up in your business, prying, all like controlling and stuff? That energy is still going to be present. He's going to be stalking you, girl. Now, I just want to go over some Cancer men that I absolutely love and some that I absolutely hate. We're going to start with the ones that I'm the least fond of, starting with Elon Musk, South African Cancer man, straight up, like, shrewd businessman, with all of these kids controlling. Lord, we have, yeah, he's my least favorite Cancer man. Jim Bob Duggar from 19 Kids and Counting. He's that guy who had 19 kids. His 19 kids were Josh, John David, Jana, Jessa, Joseph, Joanna, Jebediah, James, Justin, Jackson, Joy, Hannah, Jennifer, and Josie. And I've forgotten a couple. Yeah, Jim Bob Duggar. I don't like him. But some of the other Cancers, Charlemagne the God and his buck tooth from Georgia. Woo! He made little mama cry on his breakfast show. But okay, those are the ones that I don't really. Last one that I really don't like, and I don't know how he's not number 3. Jesse Smollett, who lied and told the world that he was attacked by Caucasian men, and it wasn't true, none of it, not even one bit. So those are the ones I don't like. The ones I do like: Prince William, the future king of England. Vin Diesel, oh my gosh, born on the same day as me. Sylvester Stallone, I heard a funny story about him, so I'm kind of like, But he was sexy back in the day, girl. I don't like Tom Cruise, though. I don't like Tom Cruise. He can be very dark-sided Cancer. His relationship with Nicole Kidman, a lot of the behavior he exhibited. No. Will Ferrell. I like Will Ferrell. He makes me laugh. But again, Cancers make everything about themselves. On his son's prom, I think it was. Tell me why Will dresses up as a prom king, as a court jester or something, takes pictures. Cancer men will always make it about them. Lord. Jaden Smith. I actually like him. And with Jaden, it's funny. People always talk about how people love Will Smith. Well, loved Will Smith until his wife. And didn't like Jaden. And for me, I was like, Jaden is a little Cancer boy. He's a little crap. He's shy. Harrison Ford. I mean, come on now. Have you? And then, sexiest Cancer man that has ever existed, 50 Cent. Go argue with your ancestors. And talking about 50 Cent, pimp of the Zodiac. And Cancers are petty. Y'all know 50 Cent is petty as all hell. Love him. Robbie Williams. I love him. And then he sang that song, Feel. I just wanna feel. I'm not gonna sing, but oh my gosh. Oh yeah, another Cancer that I absolutely love. Back from when I was a teenager, there was a band called The White Stripes. They sang Seven Nation Army and Jack White. Yes. Post Malone and his tattooed up self, George Michael. And it makes sense that George Michael never came out the closet really until like his Greek and Jewish family. Like his Greek and Jewish family was very conservative, and he had a really hard time coming out the closet. But we all knew. We all knew what was going on when he was shaking it down to Faith. Tobey Maguire. I love Tobey Maguire. Like those big blue eyes. Doesn't he look like that other boy that was in Lord of the Rings? Or is it just me not being able to tell people apart? Because I think they look the same. Jacob Elordi. That guy from like Euphoria. The one who, I don't want to talk about Euphoria. That's a whole nother video. I thought he was cute, and then I saw this scene where he was an idiot, and I'm like, I am too traumatized to be into you. So those are some of the Cancer men. My absolute favorite has to always be 50 Cent. Listen. But what I want you to know about Cancer men is that they're always going to come across as the really sweet, nice guy. Sometimes you got to be careful about these nice guys. He is going to connect with you in terms of your emotions. Now, if you are a Pisces, a Scorpio, if you're a Scorpio, it's fine. It's fine. Y'all are gonna be fine. Or hate each other. If you're a Virgo or a Taurus or a Capricorn, those signs match well with Cancer. Gemini, avoid this crab and their emotions. If you're a Gemini, date a Cancer when you're 57. When life has made you softer, can't nobody deal with their soft asses. Except for other Cancers. I personally love Cancers. I always wanted to be with like a Cancer like guy, and I remember, oh gosh, there was this one guy that I was working with, and he was a Cancer, a June Cancer, and he was just so nice, and I always felt safe with him. Like, I could always, like, we would just sit next to each other in silence, and it was beautiful. And that's what Cancer is to me. Now, I know I've talked a lot of shit. It's what I do. But I want you to know that everything is going to be okay. If you're a Cancer man and you're feeling anxious and fearful, it's going to be okay. Arms will open wide. You'll be safe and you'll be wanted. Home, finally, where you belong. I love you, my Cancer son, so, so much. I hope that you know how special, how amazing, how perfect you are. I hope you know that your empathy is how you show up in the world. And sometimes showing up means just listening. Alright, I can't wait to talk about the Cancer woman. Ooh! I have some shit to tell y'all. Anyways, this video has gone on way too long. I love you guys. Bless. What on earth? I swear to God, I literally had like the best exit. But anyways, bye you guys.